Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I thought I was doing it good last week. Was it last week? Uploading all my videos because I was feeling better and then I got sick again. Anyway, this video is a WIP of the week. I think it's number 25 or even 26, I can't remember. I'm working with the Artex pencils. I did purchase these after seeing Colour with Colours, a miniature review of the bigger set. I had my eye on them when they were the 72, but when they upped the set I was really interested. I will talk about these as I go on and tell you my thoughts. What else? I'm working in, of course, the mouse card book, and I've used Neo colours to base the whole of this page. I've added the majority of the shadowing now with these. There's just a couple of bits, and then I used my normal acrylic paint pen and then some Winsor & Newton white ink, and it's not as pigmented as I would like. I can't for the life of me find that PH Fill, I know I said PH Martins then, PH Fill, the Dr. Phil bleed proof white. I can't find it anywhere. I cannot find it anywhere, so I'm going to have to order another one. I've checked in all my drawers, I've checked in the storage stuff behind me. I can't for the life of me figure out where I've put it. It can't have fallen down, I'm just leaking now. It can't have fallen down the back of my desk because my desk is flush to the wall. So I have no idea where that's gone, because that's my favourite out of all the pots of white. That's my favourite, so I'm going to have to get another one. And I used some of these, what are they? I can't pronounce that, but that's the brand name. And I just typed in on Amazon cheap acrylic paint pens. That's the word I was looking for. Now I will say with these, it's a really thick nib, so I couldn't get in the details. You can't even see it, but I use yellow. You can just about see it actually. Yellow, and then the blue's really pigmented. So I'm on the hunt for a cheap set of, I don't want to pay Posca prices, because I've found that I like this better than Posca, and these are cheap as chips. So I'm on the hunt for something similar, you know, like the nib on this, that's quite slim. I can get into details. That's what I'm looking for. So I'll have another look today, as well as ordering that bleed proof white. Yeah, so I'm still on the mend anyway. I'm still on the mend. I got sick again over the last weekend. I think it was Sunday. I felt really tired. Like, I mean, exhausted. We only went round to my father-in-law's, and I was practically falling asleep. I just felt terrible. And then that night my throat started hurting again, and I thought, oh god, is it strep A again that I had over Christmas? But it wasn't as bad as that. It wasn't as bad. I mean, it was painful, but it was bearable. And I've just been taking ibuprofen, over-the-counter Cocodamol, keeping my mouth lubricated, as silly as that sounds. Just constantly drinking water, lemon teas, and it seemed to have done the trick. I mean, we are Friday now, and this is the first time that I've felt up to doing any sort of, I want to say socialising, to be honest. Yeah, just being honest. Yesterday was the first time that I left the house. I felt well enough. I went to my local town. Well, I've got two towns local to me now since I've moved house. I've got my local town that I used to go shopping. I don't know if you can just about see. Look, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. How cool is that? I found that on Amazon years ago. Yeah, I've got two towns that are quite local to me now. I mean, the one that I used to go to takes me like 45 minutes on the bus now, and it's completely run down. I mean, they're working on it, but there's barely any shops there. So I went to my other localish town, and that takes half an hour on the bus, and the bus stop is not right outside my house, but you come out of my little cul-de-sac and the bus stop is basically there, which is ideal. So I got the bus down there, and I used to go to this place a lot. I can suppose I can say, because it's not that close to my house. I used to go to Bolton a lot when I was younger with my mum shopping. To go to like computer shops. Yes, I was totally and utterly into my games, and then I was stationery shops. I used to collect rubbers, the little cute rubbers. I was a fanatic on, and gel pens. I'd be walking around the shops with gel pens all up my hand. I remember in high school as well, you used to write the name of the boy that you liked in gel pen on your hand. Yeah, there were those. So I went to Bolton yesterday. I was fine getting the bus up there because it was only one bus and I wasn't getting confused. I did the shopping that I wanted to. Nipped into a couple of clothes shops, just got my basics that I wanted to stock back up on, because I've had since being ill, I've had a massive clear out of clothes, makeup, skincare, all sorts. And you know what? I feel so refreshed since doing that. Like, my makeup cabinet has only got like a couple of foundations, a couple of powders, one mascara, one eyebrow product. If you'd said that to me like 10 years ago, I would have laughed at you, because I was literally into all the beauty gurus, and I was buying like the Alex drawer for store all my makeup, and it was all elf this, and oh yeah. That was many moons ago. I'm just trying to go over some of this black here. I'm not trying to be perfect, but try and shade it a little bit better. Shade it, go over it. Yeah, so the main shop I went to was Primark, and I didn't get much in there, to be honest. I got a nice denim jacket, a really oversized denim jacket, and a couple of necessities like white t-shirts, black t-shirts, that sort of thing, underwear. And I more or less made my way back home. I got myself a sandwich from Boots, didn't end up eating it because my throat was bothering me. So I headed back to the bus station. Now the bus station, it's completely changed from when I used to use it when I was, gosh, 10, 11, 12, when I used to go with my mum. A long time ago. And it's all changed now. So I was having to try and remember the bus number. So I remembered that to get back to my house, which was fine. Let me just pick a pencil. Just want to darken some of these rocks up. I have actually swatched these out. I hate swatching. Hate swatching. Anybody that says that they enjoy swatching, it's witchcraft. I'm only joking, but I can't stand swatching. It took me over an hour to do that, and I'd literally rather watch paint dry than do that again. So yeah, I got on the bus back home. And I was fine, I was on the right bus, and it was a double-decker bus, which I'm not too keen on. I don't like being at the top, because I struggle getting up and down the stairs because of my knees. And I had my new boots on, my Doc Marten boots, which I absolutely adore. And they're really heavy, and it's still taking me a little bit of getting used to wearing. But that was like the third or fourth time that I've worn them. The previous times that I've worn them, it was literally like getting in the car, going to a shop, get back in the car and come home. So it wasn't any real walking. But walking all the way around Bolton, doing all the shopping and whatnot, absolutely fine. So then it gets to me being on the bus, and my feet start to throb a little bit, and I thought, oh, here we go. So then I get off the bus, and stupid moment me, I don't know why on earth I did it, I got confused of where I was, because I've not done it before in this house. I got confused where I was, and I got off 5 stops too early, which, that was a good 25-minute walk. Plus, as soon as I stepped off the bus, I'd realised I'd got blisters on both of my feet. So here's me trotting along as carefully as I can not to pop these blisters, and I'm in pain. And then the Primark bag rips. The Primark bag rips, so I'm having to hold that literally like a bin bag. Yeah, it was a bit of an ordeal, and I was already really tired, and I was ready to come home, just sit down and have a cup of tea and have a proper dinner. And I was just over it. I was over it, and my husband walks in from work like, oh, how was your shopping trip? I said, you tell me again if I get out of this house and it'll make me feel better when I'm ill, I'm going to chuck something at you. He just looked at me. He said, well, maybe actually, because at that point it was like 7 o'clock at night and I was still doing a bit of housework. He said, actually, Debbie, it might have made you feel a little bit better because you've got a little bit more energy now. And I really couldn't say anything back to that apart from, yeah, alright. Yeah, I was still doing a bit of housework. I was bleaching the sink at that time. At night, but if I was doing that, I couldn't have done that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was awful. I was awful. We've had to sleep in separate bedrooms. He's kept the camera with him so we can keep an eye on Isabel so I can sleep at night time. But touch wood. This is that plastic cheap wood from IKEA, I think. Touch wood. Touch my head. Touch wood. I'm starting to feel a little bit more back to normal, and we actually sat down and watched a bit of TV last night together. Last of Us episode 2. I'm really loving it. Really loving it. It does remind me of being in a computer game though. It does, you know, like when you get the cutscenes and stuff. Well, my thoughts on these pencils while I'm using them. They are nice, don't get me wrong. They are nice. I prefer these over, let's say, the... Why am I thinking Artex? Arteza. I do prefer these over the Arteza. They are nice and soft and they're easy to blend. And actually, I've done a full page just using these in the new Clara book. So let me show you. And I'll show you what I'm talking about, and then it's easier for me to explain because that's how my brain works better. This is actually a buddy colour with Kirsty from Kirsty Colour and Sketch, and I've actually written the date that I got it, and it was a gift from my husband for Christmas. And I want to start doing that with my books. And it's probably a bit late now, but yeah, so I did this page. Didn't base it with anything, it's purely the pencils, this, and I mean a tiny little bit of watercolour there and dripping. But I don't tend to, and it's stupid that I don't, like try 2 different blends. I was like, I do this with all my pencils, I don't know why. I'm trying to get out the comfort zone of doing that. But like, if you want a blue blend, I literally stick to the colours that are there instead of branching away. So I thought, actually, I'm going to try and properly test these pencils out and see what they can do. And this is what I managed. Turn the light off. This is what I managed to achieve, and I'm really, really, really pleasantly surprised. That's all these pencils and just my usual acrylic paint pen. But they blended nicely, they layered nicely. I'd say I probably got about 4 to 5 layers before it was feeling like, you know, it was burnishing. Or it needed burnishing. But yeah, I'm really, really, really pleasantly surprised. And I will continue to use them. There's my imagination of a pear. I'm pleased again with the potion that I've made in the little jar, and I put, you can't see, I have put, oh there you go, some paint on that as well just to make it shiner. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. Now, I don't do hauls as well. I just mention when I get new things every now and again because I just don't. I haven't got the money anymore, number 1. And number 2, I haven't really got the space. Even though I've got my own art room, I want to keep it really organised. And I only want to keep things that I really love. So like, I got them recently. And then yesterday I got posted. I've not tested it out yet, but I was curious. And it is, let me check on my phone. I think it's, I'm sure it's over 100 GSM, that paper. But I thought I'd try this and see if it was any good as like a knockoff version of the Strathmore Tone Tan paper, because that paper can be quite pricey, even though it's beautiful to work on, don't get me wrong. It can be pricey. So for 100 GSM it is. I'm on my phone here now. So 100 GSM, 60 sheets, 100% recycled, made in UK paper. It was £6.29, and I think that's an absolute steal. So I don't know if I'll have a chance to test it out today. I'm hoping so. I've got something in the pipeline. I'm only going to start working on it when I'm 100% better, because I think it'll probably take me 2, 3, if not 4 days to actually film and compress and make into one video for you. So when I'm not doing that, I'll be able to test that paper. I need to find a PDF to buy off Etsy, because I'm really curious about it. But my husband's been saying to me, Danny's been saying, oh, do you want to do another video? I mean, I don't nag him. If he asks me, he asks me. This was before I got sick again. And then last weekend he picked a Kirby page. It was like a buddy colour. And he said, oh well, I don't want to be sitting there for hours and filming it. I said, well, you can not rush it, but you can sit there and I'll make it into a bit of a time lapse, and then I'll do my portion as like a real time one. Oh well, I don't want to sit upstairs all that time. I said, well, stop asking me to film. Stop asking me to film. I said, right, okay then, well, bring it downstairs and I'll bring you some pencils down. You can sit there and colour while you're watching TV and I'll try my best to film. Oh, well, I just want to watch TV then. Oh, right, okay. Right, okay, you might as well have not bothered. But anyway, I've kept that page pinned. So if he changes his mind, then he actually feels like he wants to come upstairs and colour. And you might see that video. You might see that video, you might not. You might see us getting really frustrated with each other, because it tends to happen when we film. It does tend to happen. Update about the stair lift. We should be having it installed on Monday. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath. Everything that's gone on. I was meant to be having the new occupational therapist come out to the house this week, but with me being ill, I cancelled. Obviously, she sees children that are a lot worse than Isabel. You know, they're tube fed and they're on oxygen, and obviously I don't want to get her ill, and then she's taking it around to other people's houses, so I've cancelled that. So she's coming out next Friday, and there's a possibility, again, I'm not holding my breath, but there's a possibility that we might see plans for the extension that they're going to build for Isabel, which I just can't wait. I can't wait to be able to bath her downstairs. The hassle of bathing her, man. We did it last night because of me being sick on Wednesday. We did it last night instead, and it's just a big thing. It's a big thing, and it's stressful for everyone, and it's dangerous for Danny and Isabel. Not for me, because I don't carry her, because I can't do. But yeah, I'm wondering if I should shade the mouse's face a little bit more. To be totally honest, I got tired last night and I just finished it there. So I might try and add just a little bit more somewhere. What colours shall I use? Have I got like I was thinking autumn. Have I got a really nice autumn colour? I wasn't thinking autumn. I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I can't think of the words. I can't think of the words. My brain's still not, you know, when was it back to normal? I had an appointment as well at the fertility place with all the womanly issues that I'm having. And, oh God. So I had all the bloods done and the internal scans and everything that you have to go through, and then I had to go back because she looked at I had the internal scan, and she looked at the monitor and she said, oh, everything looks absolutely fine, but here in your notes it says that you've got a swollen right fallopian tube. So I've looked at her. This was while she was still scanning me, and I said, I've not got a right fallopian tube. They removed it. So then she finished the scan and went away, and I had a look at my notes, and she says, was it a twin ectopic pregnancy that you had? I said, yes, it was. It was about 8-9 years ago now. I really don't really care to remember the date, but it was round about then. She said, yeah, I can see it in your notes. I said, so have I got my right fallopian tube or not? Because I had surgery to get that took out. I've literally got the scars on my stomach to prove it. She couldn't answer me. She said, you're going to have to speak to your surgeon about that. So I don't know if there's some negligence or something that's going on, because I've been told for all this time, both me and my husband, that all these issues that I'm having, it's nothing to do with the fact that I've got the fallopian tube, because I've not got it anymore. But it turns out that it's leaking liquid into like my cervix and what would be my womb. So even if I did get pregnant, that would terminate the very wanted pregnancy. So yeah, we're gonna have to do some digging round. I've actually got an appointment with the consultant who originally referred us for the IVF all them years ago for Isabel. Next week. It's a telephone one, so I'm gonna get it out of him. Have I got my tube or have I not got my tube? Because if I have got the tube, then someone needs to answer for the fact of why it's still in my body, because that's what's causing me all these issues. And they told me all them years ago that they got rid of it. So I don't know what's going on. That's the answer. I don't know what's going on. And we both said last night that we just need to get me sorted before thinking about anything else, because it's going to get to a point where I'm going to struggle looking after Isabel because of this stupid thing that's going on. So it's finally being investigated anyway, that's the point. And I should get some answers soon. I need to go over with more white though. There's areas that I've missed. I think I've done with the pencil though. If I carry on, I feel like I'm faffing too much with it. Oh, I need to pause. For some reason my camera, when it gets to like 20 minutes, it restarts. So I'm hoping it's not cut too much off there. Like I said, it's Friday today. I've booked tickets to go to Gulliver's World. It's not actually open, like properly open, the rides and stuff, but it's like it's Twilight, an hour session to see the dinosaurs. It's purely for me really, to be honest. But I do think Isabella like going in the dark, seeing the dinosaurs. There's a few rides on, but it's very rare that she can go on any rides anyway. So I very much doubt that she'll be able to go on any tomorrow. But it's just the experience of being there in the dark, and with the other kids, I think she'll enjoy it. It wasn't overly expensive. I think it cost me £23 for the three of us. Lewis is working, and obviously he's not interested in anything to do with dinosaurs nowadays. So he would have stopped home anyway, and he's a typical teenager. He just wants to spend all of his time in his room and not socialise with his own family. But yeah, that's just normal, isn't it? Normal at that age. So we're doing that tomorrow, and I'm hoping my husband will take me to the Trafford Centre on Sunday, possibly. Sunday. There's a shop there that I want to go to pick a couple of things up. And I can get the bus down there as well, but I just thought, I can't bother walking down to the centre to then get the bus and sit on the bus for ages. When today's like the first day that I felt more or less normal-ish. So taking the opportunity and do some filming, washing bedding, catching up on just general housework, you know, wearing to showers, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. I might actually I'll add the white first because the yellow wasn't showing up in these, so I'll add the white first and add a little bit of yellow, maybe blue, once it's dry on these scales. I'm not doing them all. Maybe some dots just to break up that black. That doesn't look too bad. So me and Kirsty was meant to actually going out for lunch today, and I know that she's got I think 2. I know there's Casper's off poorly. Was it Amber? Sorry Kirsty, I can't remember. Off school with a cold, and then she was having issues as well yesterday with something in her house, which probably stressed her out. So we did have to cancel today, unfortunately. I was looking forward to it. I wanted my steak. I was looking forward to it. But, you know, it's not going anywhere. I'm sure that we'll have time to go again at some point. But with us not going there, me and my husband have still not gone out. We've not been out on our own now in like 6 months, I want to say. Maybe even a little bit longer than 6 months. We've not been out for a meal on our own. We've not done anything on our own. So it is payday this weekend. So I'm hoping, I think Lewis is off one of the days. It might be Saturday. It might be. Oh, it's not. It's Friday because I said he's working Saturday into when we do that thing. It might be tonight actually. So when I finish this video, I'm going to message my husband and say, is there any chance if you fancy going out tonight? Because my mother-in-law can babysit if Lewis is here, because she can't do any of the heavy lifting, but she knows how to care for Isabel. She just can't lift her. She can't move her in a bed to get her dressed. She just can't. She's a little lady. She's how old is she now? She's 72, 73. So yeah, Lewis has to be the manual labourer in the situation. So now that he's started getting days off work at the weekends, because they've cut his hours. It's not just his, they've cut all of their hours apparently. There's too many staff at the front. But I think he was working too much anyway for a 16-year-old, and then going to college full time. He was working too much, so that's fine. So I'm going to message my husband and say, can we please go to Miller and Carter tonight? I've not been in months, and me and him have not been in spending any time together. So that would be nice. Just a couple more dots and then I'll add the white and the yellow. But he might be the same as me because he's having to sleep in the spare room and deal with Isabel all week, all night on his own. He might just want to get home later, have a shower, put his pyjamas on and then not do much, which I've got a funny feeling that's what he's going to say. He's going to say, oh well, can we not have an Indian instead? And I've started going off Indian food and he loves it still. So I need to find something else that I love again. Go with the darker blue. You have to give these a good shake. Oh, and off topic. Please don't come for me because I know how much I banged on about that Drogon painting on the wall. I'm thinking about this wall that's in front of me here. Taking everything off, and I mean stripping everything off it. I've got diamond paint, I've got pictures, 2 pictures of Daenerys, I've got my Game of Thrones flag, I've got family pictures, I've got art, shelves. I'm thinking about taking that all down and painting this one wall a really nice, actually it's similar, I want a colour like this here, the clean bit at the bottom, a really nice minty colour. I just think that it'll brighten the room up a bit because I've got so much on the walls in this room, it's making it feel a little bit enclosed. So I'm thinking if I clear this wall out that's in front of me and maybe just put a couple of pieces up, unfortunately that Drogon might not go back up. Because it's so big and it is really dark, there's so many black ABs in it, it's darkening up the room drastically actually. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'll have to take the shelves down. It needs a bit, it's not plaster, I don't know what you call it, filler. I need the filler in it, which I might be able to do that myself. I'd like to learn. I could paint it all myself. I did all the conservatory by myself, so I'm sure I can manage it. And just a lick of paint. I quite enjoy painting as well, and if I just do that one wall, I just have to be mindful of my desk and the carpet. And then, you know, you can get on IKEA, I've seen them in people's videos, it's like a thing that they stick to the wall, and you can put like pencils in it, or you can just stick things to it. I can't remember, do they call it a pegboard? Is it a pegboard? Maybe just like put my shelf back up and then put my drawing books and art books up there. And then put like a pegboard in front of me here. Just to keep my desk space a little bit more cleaner because I've got like tubs and I know it sounds like petty and I'm moaning, but it's just I like to have a clear space, and when I've got stuff everywhere it just does my head in. It does my head in. So I'm thinking, shall I do it, shall I not? How much is it for a decent paint? What, £20–30 for a tub of paint? I could paint it myself, I don't need somebody to do it. I'll need the paint brushes, I've got masking tape. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it at the moment, because don't get me wrong, I love the Drogon on the wall, and I love looking up and seeing Daenerys. I'll quickly show you actually. So this is literally the point of view where I'm sat. So I'm sat here at night time, takeaway filming, and I look up, and I'm looking up underneath a shelf, which I might bring that down ever so slightly or raise it, I don't know. I could always, if I raise it, I could always put 2 up there. But I've got my Daenerys, that's from, it's not Discord, oh, this plate that. And then that one that my son got me for Christmas. And then there's the Drogon, and then the flag, and I just feel like this is going off into a whole different video, isn't it? Like, please excuse my messy desk, but if I just show you, it feels like it's just enclosing the room a little bit. I don't mind this side because I've got my back to it, and if I want to turn around and look at it, then it's fine. And I have got stuff everywhere, please excuse me. Tagged books that he's told me that he's going to do. Whether he does or not's a different thing. Yeah, I love this side of the wall, and I like the fact that I've got that on a hanging thing so I can change the diamond painting up. I've got my Eva that I'll forever be grateful for off Kirsty. I love it. Hello. My printer set up, but it's just this side. I just feel like I've maybe placed them in the wrong area because it's showing up smaller on camera, I swear to God. I mean, this is just like a normal size water bottle. Actually, the new Clara book, you can see that how actually big it is. It's huge, and I'm just thinking, you know, as much as I love it, I think I'm going to take it down. These, the Daenerys pictures, it ain't going anywhere, but they can go on that wall there. There's a gap. They can go there. I don't know. What do you think? Any ideas? Maybe put a big pegboard here if I have like the minty green background and then a cream pegboard. But then would the cream go with the deck? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Give me some ideas, please. So please don't think for a second that I'm complaining, because I'm not. I'm forever grateful for having this art room. I think my husband can tell that whenever he comes up and he just sees me sat here beaming, the iPad in front of me, working away. Yeah, so I'm not complaining. Please do not think that. I'm just thinking I could use the space better. Because when we moved in here, everything just got plugged in, and then I did get bits of new furniture, and obviously I can't move this desk where it is. I could only put it on the wall behind me, which I suppose I could do, and then I could move this cabinet. That might be a good idea, because if I move that cabinet behind me over here, it would slot perfectly underneath that shelf. But then I'm losing that extra space to put things, like putting family pictures and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I just need to have a think about it. And a couple of dots here. The other thing I picked up recently as well is these markers. I got these from Hobbycraft. That was the day that I thought I was feeling better. I went to Hobbycraft and I got these skin colour markers just to try. £11.25 or £11.50, they were on offer, so I thought, ooh, it's a good price, that, so I'll give them a try. So I need to work on that last handling page that I said that I'd do at a video, and I've just not done. I've not done anything. I've not done any videos, have I? What feels like forever. It's probably only been about a week, but I did that little mini Hobbycraft thing, and gosh, it's hard editing on your phone. I don't know how you ladies and gentlemen do it. I know I used to do it, but I can't remember how to do it anymore. But I think that's the end. I'm quite happy with that page. It was literally, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see another page from here. I love this page on this side, so I might do that one. Using the Neo Colour 2s, and then the Neo Colour 2s just takes the white away from the paper, takes the scurriness away, and then I use the Neo Colour 2s for a bit of shading, and then a tiny bit of pencil work on top, and it's quite effective. It's quite effective. But yeah, please do let me know, because this is one of the boots I would like to get finished. I'm not going to say in 2023 because there's no chance, but I'd like to get it finished eventually, and I think I've made a really good start on this one. I have got this whoopsie page that way back in the day I thought that was done, and that was done in Neo Colour 2s, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm sure that I used Neo Colours for this one, and I thought that, yeah, that was it, that was done. So that's another page that I actually need to go back and fix. But yeah, there's plenty of finishes in here. Well, thank you so much for watching, or listening to me harp on about my silly little life. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!